Hello everybody and welcome back to Out of Body's 31 Days of Halloween. So in today's episode I'm going to be continuing my talk on the Victorian village here in Memphis, Tennessee. So if you'd like to hear about another home located in this Victorian village that is supposedly haunted, just keep watching. So in last week's episode I talked about the Woodrow Fontaine house. So in today's episode I'm going to be talking about another home that is located right next door to this house, and it is known as the James Lee house. It is located at 690 Adams Avenue. Now, I couldn't find a whole lot online about this house other than what's happened recently, which is the renovations that they've done on it. This book was actually written in 2009, I believe. 2009. And so that's, almost 10 years ago. So there's been some things that have happened since then. I couldn't find anything paranormal that's happened since then, but apparently they did completely restore the house. So in this book it says that the house stands empty, but it doesn't anymore. At this time it is actually a bed and breakfast, a very luxurious bed and breakfast. It has been fully restored back to the way it originally was, but it is a bed and breakfast now. So the home was built in 1848 by a lumberman by the name of William Harson. When it was first built, it was actually a small home. It was just a 2-bedroom. But a few years later, the home was purchased by his son-in-law. So basically, over the next 15 to 20 years, his son-in-law, Charles Goyer, built some add-ons to the home, some significant ones, as you can see from some of the pictures over here. I'll try to find some pictures that show the side of the house so you can see the very back, which was the original home, the smaller home, and then the entire front of it was added on. So apparently Goyer was a sugar and molasses importer, and he became very rich, supposedly so rich that he actually had a bank established so that he would have somewhere to put his money. And apparently in the late 1860s, Goyer's wife, which was William's daughter, passed away of yellow fever. So apparently after she died, Goyer ended up marrying his late wife's sister. Now this comes into play later on when I talk about the hauntings, so remember that for now. So in 1890, the home was actually purchased from the Goyer family by James Lee, who was the founder of the Lee Line Steamboat Company. Lee's family lived in the home for many years, and apparently his daughter Rosa was the last to live in the home. And after that, the home must have sat empty for a while, because it also says that in 1961, the Memphis chapter of the Association for the Preservation of Tennessee Antiquities, they're basically an organization that works to help preserve different buildings and different things around in Tennessee that have historic value, which is actually something I may consider joining at some point, because I would be very interested in helping with that. So this organization ended up saving the building from being demolished. Apparently I guess it had sat empty for so long that it was on the verge of being demolished, which is really sad to think about, because when you see the pictures of this house, oh my goodness, it's beautiful. I mean you could argue it's kind of creepy now, but it is gorgeous. And apparently this organization did some repairs over the years, and then after that it kind of sat empty for a while longer, until in 2012, I believe, an individual bought the home and put about $2 million in repairs and restoration on it. So now it is completely restored. But apparently while it was sitting empty, there was reported sightings of a woman ghost. Now this woman is said to be wearing a red dress. She is also said to be kind of agitated, kind of angry, not happy. Now this woman is thought to be Laura Goyer, who was the daughter of the first homeowner. So earlier when I talked about the Goyers and how Laura passed away, and then her husband then married her sister, it's said that that could be one reason why she haunts the place, is that she's upset about that, she's angry about it, she hasn't gotten over it, or whatever the reason may be. People seem to think that it is her spirit that is haunting the house. So many people have seen the woman in the red dress. Apparently some students have seen her. People that worked on the home saw her. A caretaker at one time actually saw a rocking chair rock by itself, and then he saw her standing in the corner of the room in the red dress. Apparently many people that have gone into the home to look at it, work on it, tour it, whatever, have felt an angry presence, an angry female presence specifically. Apparently the anger is so strong that even people who just drive by the house can feel it. So that's kind of an interesting thing. It makes me want to drive by it just to see what I can sense, because I'm sensitive to those things. But we'll see. Maybe I'll do that. Either way, that is kind of sad, you know, that she still haunts that place. And I don't know if she still does. I would have to go over there and maybe see if someone would talk to me and if they would tell me. Honestly, if there is still any activity there, I don't know. But that is the end of this video for this particular home. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was kind of a shorter one. But I have one more house I'm going to talk about in the next video in this Victorian village. And I do actually plan to visit some of these houses here pretty soon. So maybe even before this video goes up, I will have visited one of these houses or multiples. So once again, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Give it a like if you enjoyed this series. And I hope you guys have a great night. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.